His hand's all black down there, see? I wonder what that could be. If you look closely, this blotching pattern resembles an ink stain. An ink stain? Yes, I usually get ink on my own hand when I use my feather pen. A feather pen? I've never seen one before. Surely you ain't just making that up, pal. Mr. Rail's cause of death was from being shot, correct? That's what we think. It's hard to tell with him lying face down. Death is bad enough, but surely lamentable that someone would try to hide the truth. Are you sure they're trying to hide something? I can't confirm Mr. Rail's cause of death with his body position like this. Detective Bad, I'd like to examine the bodies in further detail if possible.
What's this? You're not able to find a theory with them the way they are?
I believe an examination of the bodies is vital to finding the perfect evidence, don't you?
I suppose you have a point. Well, hurry up and get on with it.
Labby. Yes, sir, we've taken enough photos of the scene, sir. There you have it. Do you not approve? Of course not. What? The investigation of a crime scene is the work of a detective, so don't touch a thing. Hey, big fella, turn over the bodies for me, will you? Okay. Please forgive me, Mr. Faraday, sir. Gumshoe, don't get emotionally involved. Remember, you're a detective. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Well, there's a pen, so that would explain the ink stain. There's something in his breast pocket. It's a fountain pen. You know, I always used to keep a pencil behind me ear. It's because Detective Bad's always telling me you should always write your name on everything you own. Somehow you do strike me as quite a forgetful individual. That splotch on Mr. Faraday's hand. I wonder if it might be the ink from his fountain pen. Oh, let's ask the lab guy. Detective Gumshoe, I can confirm the substance on Mr. Faraday's hand is the ink from this fountain pen. I see. Good work. You know, I've always wanted to say that, even if it was just one time in my life. If Mr. Faraday worked with his fountain pen in his left hand, I think it's fair to assume he was left-handed. It appears Mr. Faraday's pen is very important to our case as well. If you say so, pal. Yeah, and the gun's in his right hand. Therefore, this is a staged scene. Mr. Faraday is holding a gun in his right hand. That's the one Mr. Rail got blown away by, right? Labby, your answer? Yes, sir. We found the ballistic markings do indeed match the gun. Oh, ballistic markings are, the figurative fingerprints a gun leaves on a bullet when fired. Every gun leaves its own unique ballistic markings. Therefore, by looking at the markings on a bullet, you can tell which gun it came from. That's it. Of course. Oh, already knew that, pal. Maybe you'd be better off going back to the academy. Come on, sir. Cut me some slack, will you? So the bullet that was fired from this gun failed Mr. Rail. There's a knife wound in the chest there, see? I wonder if the wound matches the knife Mr. Rail's holding. Labby? Yes, sir. Verifying now, sir. Make it quick. From the look of things, one could deduce the knife Mr. Rell is holding is what killed Mr. Faraday. But it's not been added to evidence, so it might not be. Looks like Mr. Faraday was stabbed with the knife Mr. Rell's holding. Youch! What's wrong, Detective? Oh, my stomach's starting to hurt just thinking about being stabbed. Just keep your mind on the case, alright? Shot in the chest.
Takes some guts to fire a gun in a courthouse. I mean, I've been a detective for an whole week and I still ain't fired a single round yet.
There aren't any burn marks on the clothes. That must mean...
Wait, burn marks?
A round grows very hot as it's discharged from a firearm. Therefore, burn marks are usually left when a shot is fired from point blank. Ergo, Mr. Rell must have been shot from at least a yard or two away.
And right in the heart too? Yeah, he definitely didn't stab anyone. You sure do know a bunch of neat stuff for your age, pal.
Apparently this detective has as much common knowledge as your everyday marsupial. Let's try to understand how the two men died. First, Mr. Faraday took the gun and the knife from onto today's trial evidence. He then aimed the gun at Mr. Rell and fired. However, Mr. Rell managed to grab the knife and counter Mr. Faraday while being shot. The two men fell together where they stood. That's my theory in any case.
What a crazy way to go.
Still, something about that explanation doesn't seem right. I believe I now have a firmer grasp on what happened here. Seems Mr. Faraday was in the habit of using very nice fountain pens.
That's total opposite of me. I don't get these things at all.
I think the pencil behind your ear suits you just fine.
Really? Think so, pal? I knew it was worth something.
It wasn't exactly a compliment, Detective. This looks like a quality nib.
Let me test it out, pal. Oh, this is really... I got ink all over my hand.
Detective Gumshoe, don't ever play with evidence like that again. The blood here is from Mr. Faraday, but there are no other clues to be found. Which begs the question, do I need to put this bag inside another bag in order to preserve it as evidence? Victims, Faraday and Rell. Time of death, September the 10th at approximately 4 p.m. Immediately after a gunshot was fired. Remarks about bodies. Faraday died of a knife stabbed to the chest. Rell died of the bullet wound on the chest. No gunpowder suggesting he was shot from afar.
A few yards, Granville. I guess there's not much left to investigate, huh? They really did kill each other.
No, we can't conclude that quite yet. There's still something I find very peculiar here. The theories to simply kill one another is too simplistic in this case. In fact, there's actually a contradiction that shows there's another possibility.
No way, pal. Really?
I suppose I'll just have to show you the contradiction in this crime scene. Now we come face to face with the contradiction I spoke of, and it's this. Mr. Faraday used his left hand to light with his fountain pen. Ergo, he is left-handed. And yet the handgun is in his right hand. Don't you find it odd that a left-handed Mr. Faraday would hold the gun in his right hand? That, lady and gentlemen, is the great contradiction haunting this crime scene.
Hey, you're right, pal. It does seem kind of strange. How could something like that happen?
The facts add up to one conclusion, one alone. Someone else put the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand after he died.
Someone else?
Plastic bags scattered on the floor and a gun in the wrong hand. I sense the presence of a shadowy figure behind this case. A person of vile intent who is serious about keeping the truth from us. Here's the autopsy report.
It is probable that Mr. Rail survived for a short time after he was shot. However, Mr. Faraday died instantly from his stabbing. Interesting.
Okay.
Looks like we now have everything we need to know about the case.
Are you sure we know everything?
Of course, the incident began with Mr. Faraday attempting to get revenge. The prosecutor went into alliance from being accused and tried to kill the defendant. But the defendant fought back and they ended up killing each other. It's all very clear and simple. There's absolutely no margin for doubt.
Do you really believe that to be the truth?
Are you saying that just because I figured out the truth before you, so you don't want to believe it's true?
Ugh.
It's all right. If you disagree with my arguments, then prove me wrong. Well, if there's any contradictions to be found, that is.
Oh, don't worry, I will.
Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, and Mr. Vera survived for a short time. From that, it's obvious Mr. Faraday died after he shot Mr. L. And Mr. L, while being on the brink of death, stole Mr. Faraday's knife and stabbed him. Those are the facts of the case.
Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, therefore he must have attacked first. Proving that logic to be false is probably the fastest way to show her she's wrong. In that case, I should first look for any holes in her theory. You truly believe Mr. Faraday died instantaneously?
I have the medical report right here. Mr. Faraday died instantaneously of shock due to being stabbed in the chest. There, you see? It's been documented clear as day.
Oh.
Hold it!
Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rell before he died? Do you have any basis for that statement?
The foolishness has no end, does it? I hate to repeat myself, however, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously. That is all the basis I need.
Alright, so if Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, he must have attacked Mr. Rell before being stabbed.
You're finally beginning to catch on, I see.
Hold it!
So you believe the dying Mr. Rell stole the knife from Mr. Faraday?
Mr. Vale became desperate, as he did not want to die. Human beings can do amazing things when they are put to the test. So the two men struggled, and in the end Mr. Vale was able to grab the knife and stab Mr. Faraday. The measly condition of this room is a testament to their struggle.
The messy condition of this room.
Yes, my logic is perfectly sound.
Can you really say it's perfect?
What are you insinuating?
Nothing. However, I can't let what you said just slide without further inquiry. One must be clear and precise. So if you could append that last statement to your testimony.
Fine. They struggled, and Mr. Vale used the last of his strength to counterattack Mr. Faraday.
Hold it!
About this statement,
Mr. Vale used all his remaining strength to take the knife and defend himself. One can easily see that they had a violent struggle. Of course, that's nothing compared to what my riding crop can do.
how will one compare the damage of a crop with the state of this room?
Furthermore, all the plastic bags on the floor in the room were scattered here due to the fight. Is there anything else I can explain for you?
No, that'll be fine. There's something strange about Franziska's theory. I should compare her claim with the data I've gathered thus far. I just know there's a contradiction somewhere. There is.
Objection!
No sign of a struggle. If the two men were fighting, their struggle would have surely caused quite a bit of noise. However, Detective Gumshoe testified he heard absolutely nothing.
You place too much faith in the detective's testimony, you know. As a second argument, let's say there wasn't a fight. How then did Mr. Vale get his hands on the knife?
Mr. Faraday's bag was sitting right here in lobby number 2. It's not hard to imagine perhaps Mr. Rail saw a chance and took it out at some point.
So, what you're saying is this. Mr. Vale took a chance when he saw the opportunity and took the knife from the bag. Then Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rail after being stabbed?
Isn't there something strange in Franziska's statement just now? Wait, something doesn't add up.
Oh, really?
It's simply not possible for Mr. Faraday to have shot Mr. Rail after being stabbed.
Take that!
Oops.
And what's that supposed to prove?
Take a closer look.
I still don't see it.
In that case, I'll just have to try and explain it to you.
Matt Edgeworth, you should know by now you can't fool me.
Ugh. I guess the evidence was unrelated after all. Mr. Rail grabbed the knife from Faraday's bag when he wasn't paying attention. And Faraday shot Rail after being stabbed by the knife. Doesn't seem to add up, and I have the evidence to prove that it doesn't. Okay, where's the bits about point-blank range then? Shot from a few yards away.
Take that!
According to the coroner's report, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, meaning he died immediately upon being stabbed by the knife. Ergo, he could not possibly have fired the gun after that. That too.
Oh, you got me.
But of course,
Well then, if the report is correct, there's only one correct explanation. If we suppose Mr. Vale attacked first, Mr. Faraday, who died instantaneously, would have been unable to kill Mr. Rell. Therefore, Mr. Vale must have stabbed Mr. Faraday after he was shot, and since they both died. That's the only explanation that makes logical sense.
Negating your opponent's ideas in order to prove your own theory. I see you've been studying, Franziska.
I just wanted to explain it to you as simply as possible, before you foolishly propose a foolish theory that only a foolish fool like you could.
How naive of you to believe that only your opinions are valid, and still expect to discover the truth that the crime scene offers you. Franziska, you've still got a ways to go.
What are you talking about? Are you saying there's a flaw in my logic?
Mr. Faraday died instantly, and the fact that he did is what gives rise to the contradiction in this case. The contradiction of the crime scene is the order of the bodies fell, I'm guessing. Let me get this straight. What you're arguing is this. Mr. Faraday took the gun from his evidence bag and shot Mr. Rell. Then the wounded Mr. Rell found an opportunity to take the knife and strike back. Upon being stabbed, Mr. Faraday died on the spot and Mr. Rell died thereafter. If that's the case, how do you explain this? Take a good look at the order in which the bodies are piled.
9.
Mr. Faraday's body is lying on top of Mr. Rell's, therefore, Mr. Rell must have died before Mr. Faraday.
Impossible!
Yes, I agree that it seems strange no matter what angle you approach it from. Which means the real mystery behind this crime scene, what we must solve is...
9. Not so fast, Mars Edgeworth.
Oh, what now?
I simply think you ought to think a bit more outside the box. Well, that's even clearer now as the incident started with Mr. Faraday's murderous intent.
She sure bounced back quickly. An explanation wouldn't be enough this time. It's going to take some very decisive evidence to prove her wrong.
It was just chance Mr. Faraday's body fell on top of Mr. Vale's. The two bodies fell into a pile, which indicates they attacked each other at the same time. It really doesn't matter in the slightest they fell in the opposite order.
I know Franziska's explanation isn't absolutely correct. All I have to do is find a hole in her logic. Once I do, I can present her with the evidence that proves the contradiction. Again, he was shot from a few yards away, so...
Hold it! Objection!
This is almost testimony in order to gain some time to think. You're a one-trick pony, aren't you? It's too bad the only trick works on fools.
That wasn't my intent. I simply wish for more details as to how Mr. Faraday ended up on top of Mr. Rell.
Someone's impatient. I just want to explain everything to you. Do you think you could hold on for a minute?
Franziska, I'll make you a deal. I'll hold on if you hold that whip of yours.
I'll hold on to it, all right, as I whip you. Now you've quietened down a bit, I'd like to continue if you don't mind.
Hold it!
The two fell on top of each other. Don't you find that a bit strange?
Not at all.
Oh. I can see it in her eyes. She's dead set against me from the bottom of her heart.
Miles Edgeworth, once I'm done here, you'll see there's nothing strange at all. Now then, the two men fell in a pile.
Hold it!
What do you mean by they attacked each other at the same time?
I assume Faraday has the same two different weapons in his hands. He made to attack Mr. Vale by holding both the knife and the revolver. And then, after Mr. Faraday fired the gun, Mr. Vale grabbed the knife as he was falling and stabbed Mr. Faraday.
That's not a revolver, by the way. It's clearly a semi-automatic.
That is how Mr. Vale ended up on the bottom with Faraday on top. At close range, that is more than possible.
Yes, it's possible, but...
Well, if you have any other ideas, show me what you've got.
Oh, I will. And to that extent, I'd like for you to append what you just said to your testimony.
I don't see the point in that, but as you please.
Objection!
You believe they killed each other at close range? Sorry, but that's impossible. Just as written in the crime scene notes, the firing of the handgun did not leave a gunpowder burn on Mr. Rell's clothes. Therefore, Mr. Rell and the gun must have been separated by a distance of at least 2 or 3 yards. Yes, this is by far the biggest contradiction. The 2 bodies are piled up on top of each other, yet the gun was fired from a distance. With there being no chance that Mr. Rell moved that far after being shot, that leaves only one possible solution.
But a completely foolish line of foolish thought from a thoroughly foolish fool. If I'm not right, then who is it that made the first move with the intent to kill her? Who?
The person that took photos of Mr. DeFett with murderous intent? I'm going either man. Here in this room, contradictions appear no matter which man we claim attacked first. Thus, there is only one explanation. There was a third person in here. It was that third person who killed both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell, and set their bodies up to make it look like a double murder. That third person is the real culprit.
Miles Edgeworth, there's just one thing you're missing.
Evidence, correct?
Exactly. Everything you said up until now is nothing but a story played out in your head. However, this is where the real test begins. Can you prove there's a third person involved in the crime?
Of course. If a third person was truly here, that fact would resolve the glaring contradictions. The proof this is all but a setup made it look like they killed each other. I presented and laid bare the final piece of the puzzle that's not yet in place. What's the piece of evidence that proves there's a third person involved?
Take that!
This is that very evidence.
Exactly how is it related? You think you can explain it to me?
There's no need for an explanation.
Well, I've no idea how it's related, so can you re-explain it to me?
Let me guess. You can't explain it, can you?
It would appear I was wrong. There's definitely a contradiction here. It should resolve itself. There truly was a third person here. I need to go over the evidence and my thoughts once again.
Thoughts, huh?
Take that!
There we go. The gun in Mr. Faraday's hand and the plastic bag with this blood on it. These two items point to the presence of a third person.
How so?
Recall Detective Gumshoe's testimony.
I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle.
If there wasn't a struggle in this room, then there shouldn't be any plastic bags on the ground. Meaning someone else has deliberately scattered them. Oh yeah. You don't see the possibility in this? Disregarding the gun for a moment, there's a high probability of blood splatter when a knife is used in a person. If the culprit held the knife with the plastic bag around it, they could use the bag to catch any blood splatter when they withdrew the knife. Then by spreading a few more plastic bags around, mixing the bloody one in with them, and arranging the room to make it look like there was a struggle between the two, they were able to conceal their presence.
Ah!
Looks like we've still got a long way to go in this investigation.
Yes.
What the heck's up with you, pal?
Mr. Bad, I advise you to place Detective Gumshoe under arrest.
Saw that coming. What? What's the meaning of this?
Looks like you're not man enough to discipline your own subordinates.
Don't you dare.
That detective claims he was here standing in front of the door the entire time, but I have it on good authority it's all a giant lie.
Ms. Yu, I ask you please explain that last statement.
I'll let His Honor explain it himself.
I saw it with my own eyes, I tell you! During the recess, there was a period of time when there was no one in the hallway.
What?
See, Mr. Bad? I ask you, why would a detective who was supposedly doing his job the whole time want to fabricate such a lie?
Gumshoe, did you kill Faraday?
No!
Of course not, sir.
It but appears the one who set the whole crime scene up is a detective. Which basically renders his testimony a complete lie and wholly invalid. Looks like your perfect logic's just come tumbling down, Miles.
Ugh. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle.
Was that statement really a lie? Detective Gumshoe, you're now a suspect in the murder of two men.
Now spit out the truth, or so help me. I ain't lied to anyone, sir, honest. I was really here in the hallway the whole time.
Detective Bad, I ask you please not act without my permission. After all, I'm the one who's heading up this investigation, am I not?
Don't talk to me like you know what's going on, boy.
All I want is for this investigation to run perfectly.
Perfection's the only vision of a disciple of Von Karma, after all.
Therefore, before you take Detective Gumshoe into custody, I'd like to set the record straight on something.
And what's that?
What should I ask Detective Gumshoe? I suppose the one thing I'd like clarified is Detective Gumshoe's motive for committing this crime.
Motive, huh? Gumshoe, you got a grudge against Faraday or anything?
No, sir, not me. Not a single bad thing against Mr. Faraday, sir.
Is that a fact?
You really have a problem with lying, don't you, Detective Gumshoe?
I'm telling you, I'm not lying.
Smart and naturally act the more suspicious you become, you know. If you want a motivator, truth, I have one for you right here.
Will you please share it with us? However, be forewarned, I won't hesitate to object to the right to flights of fancy, because all I'm interested in is a perfect explanation.
You're serious, aren't you? Fine. You amuse me. I'll humour you with a little courtroom practice. It was about a week ago. I saw the detective get chewed out by a livid Faraday in front of the precinct. He stood there, super pale, as Mr. Faraday yelled, "That's a salary cut for you, you nitwit." A brand new detective suddenly getting his salary cut. That's reason enough for a grudge. Well, how's that for the perfect explanation?
You totally misunderstand me, pal. No matter how mad I get, I could never hold a grudge. Quiet. We can't trust anything you say. Sir. There's something wrong with the motive she proposed, per se. But there are some gaps in her logic that need to be filled.
Did I read that wrong again?
There's nothing wrong with the motive she proposed, per se. But there's some gaps in her logic that need to be filled in. Misused perfect explanation may not be so perfect after all.
Hold it!
A week ago, then you and Detective Gumshoe were acquainted.
No way! I only met him in person today.
Then how did you know about Detective Gumshoe?
I've seen him around before.
Hold it!
Mr. Faraday was upset.
Yeah, you know what else? Mr. Faraday's not exactly known to get angry often. But there he was, being red in the face. And the affected detective just stood there pale as a ghost while he was about to die. Just like the face he's making right now.
I'm completely innocent, I tell you. The poor man.
It was quite the scene with the detective.
Hold it!
You just stood there watching this unfold in front of you?
Yeah, I have to say it was really enjoyable too. But that's why when I saw Detective Gumshoe earlier, I knew to steer clear of him.
No way. Oh, it was because I had something stuck in my face.
But you do!
Hey? What have I got stuck on my face?
Start with your eyes, nose, mouth. Those ridiculous eyebrows.
Huh?
Oh man, messing with your head's just too much fun.
What a bitch! Miss Yu, if you don't mind, I'd like to return to your testimony now.
Sure, why not?
Hold it!
To continue Detective's salary right off the bat like that.
I'm not really familiar with the way you guys relate, but it's a common practice.
Speaking of cutting my salary, didn't you threaten to do that earlier too? I suppose I did.
It's only natural to cut a worthless detective's salary down to their actual worth. My father can even fire anyone new or old with a snap of his fingers. Think maybe that's reason enough for detectives to just hate you people?
Well, I guess they really shouldn't cut people's pay. Detective Badden, Mr. Von Karma cut your salary earlier.
Hold it!
You call your explanation perfect.
Is it not to your liking?
Unfortunately for you, it's just not up to my standards.
Oh, is there something you want me to clarify in that case?
Should I raise an objection? Alright, if you clear up one thing for me. Allow me to answer the detective directly. What was your relation to Mr. Faraday?
Mr. Faraday was in charge of training rookie detectives to testify in trials. I met him on the very first day I entered the Criminal Affairs Department, pal.
Oh, I had no idea Mr. Faraday was so involved.
Faraday, he may look like an easygoing guy, but he's actually a bit of a nut for strict discipline and manners. Guys like Gumshoe tend to run me the wrong way.
There. Now you know the detective and Mr. Faraday were related. Happy now?
No, wait.
You said you only had one thing to ask, right?
Oh, please allow me to ask one more thing.
Oh, you're a riot, Edgeworth. Poor baby. Tell you what, I'll let you have another go. How's that?
I understand Detective Gumshoe's potential motive for killing Faraday. However, what about his motive for killing Mr. Rell?
His motive for killing Rel? Like I would know.
If there was no clear motive for both the murders, I doubt this incident would have occurred, wouldn't you agree? Is there anyone else who might have had a grudge against either of these two men?
Not being funny, Edgeworth, but silencing a witness? Maybe? Is motive enough? Don't get me wrong, I know it's not Gumshoe, but that's a bit obvious.
Or should we look into that ourselves?
In that case, I've absolutely no idea.
What? That's impossible. She must know something.
Wait! Can you please not glare at me like that? It makes me laugh.
Oh, I didn't even do anything, you're already laughing away.
Anyway, the way I see it, as long as he had a motive to kill the other two, one of the two, this crime would have played out the way it did anyway.
Oh? Would you care to explain your logic? And this time, please provide a truly perfect explanation.
Perfect this, perfect that. Stop being so uptight. Or is that a requisite trait for being a punk cop? Master Edgeworth, I demand you shut this rude woman up.
I wish you'd both be quiet for a second.
Oh well, gonna just have to explain it to you kids. There's no one out there with a motive to kill Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. All you really have to establish is someone had a grudge against one of the two men. Mr. Rell, who happened to be here, became a witness to Mr. Faraday's murder. Therefore, he was killed at...
Well, there you go.
I wonder if that's really true. Is there no one out there with a grudge against both men? I should take another hard look at the evidence for this morning's case. The second KG8 incident, as people are calling it, involving the MC staff member and the two men who both wound up as suspects in the case. Is there something else I'm overlooking who is somehow related to them?
Yeah.
Hold it!
So there's no one else who might have a grudge against both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell.
I suppose no one's a bit of a stretch. I'm pretty sure no one like that was here in this courthouse today.
She's lying through her teeth. We just saw someone like that here earlier.
Besides, you don't need to prove the killer had a grudge against both men.
Objection!
Monsieur, I believe there's someone you overlooked in making your statement. Or rather, it is because you'd rather not bring this person up.
What do you mean?
We are looking for someone with a reason to kill both Faraday and Rel. I can think of at least one person who fits the bill. He was a suspect in the original KG-8 incident, and a member of the Cadopian Embassy staff, Mr. Manny Cochin. That's right. The very man who came to visit you earlier in the hallway. The man who killed a member of the Cadopian Embassy staff, Mr. Rel, and the man who was the lead prosecutor of the KG-8 incident, Mr. Faraday. Are you telling me Mr. Cochin has no reason at all to kill both these men?
Well, I suppose you might have a reason or two.
You coming for me, pal? Maybe you're not such a bad guy after all. Don't get ahead of yourself. You're still a suspect, make no mistake about it. The perfect evidence, the perfect testimony, these are the only things I wish to hold. But I didn't do it! You'll stay under my authority and go investigate Mr. Manny Cohen for me. And remember, I'll not be very forgiving should any of this leak. You want to investigate Cochin? You'd just be wasting your time. And why is that? Cochin was up in the viewing gallery watching the trial, or so I was told. Every cop in the place has been keeping an eye on the guy since he arrived.
Then the only real suspect we still have is Detective Gunshaw.
I suppose so. No way, come on, Detective Pad, you gotta believe me, sir. I really was in that hallway the whole time, sir. I never took a single step into this room. Okay. Now you're saying someone else who passed through the hallway? No, there was no one else, sir. Then why should I believe you didn't do it?
This is one incredibly foolish detective, standing right in front of a crime scene all by himself. It's as good as a confession of guilt.
I have to admit it's a bit strange. Most criminals will fabricate some sort of lie to escape their crimes. If that detective really wanted to prove he's innocent, you'd think he would at the very least offer up a "I spaced out while on duty" or the like. Come on, Gunshoe, time for your interrogation. Detective Baird.
Mars Edgeworth, I'll go on ahead and report this to Papa.
And that, as I say, is that. Right, everyone?
Well, I suppose we should both be getting back to our real jobs now, huh?
Before we do, monsieur, there's something I'd like to speak with you about.
What is it?
Everything is on entirely top of the table about a certain disturbance in sight.
What do you want to ask me about?
The current case of the murdered Cadopian Embassy staff member. I've heard that people become calling it the second KG-8 incident.
Only among you law enforcement types. What about it?
I'd like you to tell me everything you know about the original KG-8 incident.
I'm afraid I can't help you. I don't know anything beyond what was reported in the papers.
Oh no, I believe you know much more, since you're directly tied to the KG-8 incident.
I'd appreciate it if you stopped with the false accusations. Baseless outbursts are useless both inside and outside the courtroom, don't you know?
I do, but I also know that I do have a leg to stand on here.
Think you can stop making the ultra-serious face in front of me?
Ugh. If you could stop laughing for just 1 second. Oh, I'm not going to make any headway like this. I'm just going to have to show her exactly how related to the KG8 incident she is. Miss Yu, I believe I have proof of your connection to the KG8 incident.
That files your proof? Very well then. Why don't you tell me exactly how it relates to the KG8 incident?
Your connection to the KG8 incident is through the victim. The victim's name is CCU. You'll note she has the same last name as you. Can you really still tell with a straight face you're not related to the case?
Sorry, but we're not related.
You're fucking lying.
Just kidding. You asked that question with such a serious look on your face that I couldn't help but...
Ugh. Miss Yu, I ask you please tell me the truth.
Alright, I'll tell you everything I know. As you guessed, the one who reported the smuggling activities of the Amano group was my sister Cece.
As I thought.
And she was killed right before she was to testify at the impending trial by Manny Cochin. But because he was tried once and was acquitted, he gets to live the rest of his cushy life completely carefree.
Because of a lack of evidence?
No, I heard the evidence to convict him did exist.
What?
I heard it from Mr. Faraday himself after Mr. Cochin's trial was over. Apparently a man in black made off with most important piece of evidence.
Then the evidence has been tampered with.
Is it just like a criminal to do something like that? The smuggling ring began to run out of the Amano group of one of its secretaries. They bailed Mr. Cochin out. Turns out they were in league with each other all along.
How big was that smuggling ring? Was it a large operation?
I don't really know, which is why I wanted to become the lead defence. On this case, that people are calling the second KG8 incident. But I haven't learned anything new at all. I was probably expecting too much, I know.
You mean you think this case has nothing to do with the smuggling ring?
I don't know what to think.
Why did Mr. Cochin want to meet with you earlier?
Actually, he came to watch the trial. Apparently he only found out I was a defence lawyer on the case after he arrived. He figured he should say hi and one other thing. Looks like he couldn't resolve anything this time either. Too bad.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, stop with the scary face already. I'm fine, really. I gave him a good slap across the face.
The way she talks about slapping me as she laughs away is kind of creepy.
It's just as Mr. Bad said, he's not related to the double murder. I have surrounded people in the gallery claim he was in his seat the entire time. Talk about cruel fate. This is about all I know. Sorry. Guess I wasn't much help, huh?
That's not true. I'm sorry I made you recall such a painful time in your life.
Edgeworth, you really are too serious for your own good. You really need to learn to relax. We wouldn't want you to die of stress, would we?
Thank you for the advice, but there's no need to worry. I work in my own way, and I'll catch this criminal in my own way as well. You'll see.
Look at you with your game face on, ready to go.
I'm making no such face.
Did you know? Laughter's the best medicine, Edgeworth.
Don't you get tired of making such a serious face all the time? If you don't laugh, you'll cry, right? That's probably what she's living by. I'm charged with making sure all criminals of the world are found guilty. I have no need for laughter. There you go, making that face again. Oh well, I'm gonna get going. I still have a few loose ends to tie up. The KGA isn't in this murder investigation. It's my belief these two cases are related somehow. Plus the detective, Gumshoe. It's obvious he's lying, even though his lie is hurting his chances. Clearly the case is far from over. Whether or not the detective is the murderer can only be determined once I've completed my perfect investigation. Mr. Von Karma, I swear to uphold your honourable name, or my name isn't Miles Edgeworth.